Watching Morning Mix. Well, a band puts on a concert. Hairball puts on an event. Hairball is a rock and roll experience you won't soon forget. The lights, sound, the smoke, fire, bombs, and screaming hordes of avid fans. To merely call it a concert would be like calling Mount Rushmore a roadside attraction.
Wow, that's quite an endorsement right there. They are on their 25th anniversary tour. It's bigger, louder, and better than ever before. Hairball hits the Miller Theater this Saturday night, and I got a chance to chat with lead singer Dave Moody on the history of the band and what's to come. We got one of the three lead singers from Hairball with us right now. It's Dave Moody. Hey, Dave, thanks for joining us here. We appreciate it.
Glad to be here. Wouldn't be anywhere else.
Oh, I have seen you guys play here in the CS Array the last 3 or 4 times you've been here, and it's just absolutely a trip back in time if you were an 80s and 90s rock fan. What do you feel is the main reason Hairball has been able to captivate audiences? You've been doing this now 25 years.
Well, it's total nostalgia, and it reflects back to a simpler time, and it gives anybody who had seen it or has never seen it an eye into the past. And we're all about a good time. We're all about taking you on a little journey back into the 80s with the greatest choruses, the greatest songs of the greatest hits in the history of rock and roll, with full costuming, full makeup, 5 video walls, more pyro than a 70s Kiss concert. And we're just there to make you totally lose yourself and enjoy, like I said, the greatest hits in the history of rock and roll.
And again, I've seen this show. I still don't understand how you guys go through all of the different bands and all of the different artists so quickly. You're changing everything. What's that secret to cramming the music and the showmanship of Kiss and Van Halen and Motley Crue and Alice Cooper and all into one bombastic night?
Well, you got to be prepared for one. You got to have everything laid out,
right,
accordingly for each character. So we're very prepared. We look like a bunch of women back there throwing clothes around like in the mall back in the 80s. So, throwing on makeup and stuff. But yeah, it's preparedness, attention to detail. You asked about, doing the characters and how we get their mannerisms and everything. Well, we were raised by these guys. A lot of people were raised by Bert and Ernie and Mr. Rogers and
right,
Big Bird, but we were raised by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. We were raised by Alice Cooper. We were raised by Dee Snider. They were on our TV every day, and it's just been such a joy to get to do these characters and pay proper respect to them by tributing them this way.
Hey, personally, as a musician for you, what's been the highlight of your time being with Hairball as we celebrate this silver anniversary?
Just the joy that we bring people. That's the reason why we do it. I mean, if you look out and it's generational at this point. You have grandfathers, sons, and grandsons. You have grandmothers, daughters, and granddaughters, and everybody in between. And it's everybody just starting to get teeth and everybody just starting to lose them. So it's everybody in between, and it's fantastic. And we just love to see the joy on people's faces and to see the older generation share it with the younger generation, and the younger generation being blown away that that's exactly what we grew up on. And it's not lost on us that people come out and see 50-year-old men in spandex and lipstick. We're very grateful for that. So it's a blessing.
Speaking of that, with the makeup and the spandex, let's talk about the costumes that you have, because they are absolutely spot on and amazing. How do you keep these outfits and makeup so correct?
Well, again, attention to detail is everything for us. We make sure that, when you come here, we want you to suspend disbelief. When you're looking up there, you're going to go, I know that's not Gene Simmons, but I'd be damned if that does not look just like him.
Right.
And sound just like him and move just like him. And, you want people to, like I said, suspend disbelief just for a couple minutes. We want you to live in the spirit world of the gospel of rock and roll, if you will. And we preach the gospel better than any Billy Graham convention ever thought about doing it. So we want you to come on out and enjoy yourself and lose yourself and immerse yourself in the glory and the power of rock and roll. All
right, and that's what it is all about. Again, the Silver Anniversary Tour for Hairball, presented by Retro Concert Series. That's going to be Saturday, March 1st at the Miller Theater. You You can get your tickets at RetroConcertSeries.com or MillerTheaterAugusta.com. Gene Simmons right here, Dave Moody from Hairball. Dave, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll see you there on the 1st.
Well, I'm going to try to get into the Masters this year, so you all be looking for me. Okay, I'm going to be wearing my Gene Simmons costume. So,
Can you run in that? Because you'll have to run. Okay. Great guy. And